Good morning meeting. So yeah, it's kind of early right now, and I don't normally record this early, but I'm up, so there you go. This is what's on my mind. As we're seeing um, Project 2025 really get kicked off and rolling, and things are going to be coming out of the school system, and national archivists and various librarians around the country are saying, hey, you need to save these documents. We need to save this history. We need to know, people in the future need to know um, the history and what happened. And I think part of doing that is story time. So here's what happened. When I was about, I don't know, I think 10 years old, we went to visit our family who lived in Cincinnati, Ohio. And my grandparents on my mother's side, who are white, lived on State Street, which is this great hill. I loved it. And the houses are kind of narrow, and they usually had like a balcony thing you come and sit out on and everything. Theirs didn't, but other houses on their block did. And I always loved that. And I would sit on the front porch with my grandfather on the swing. They had a porch swing that I absolutely loved. And he and I would just chat and chat and chat, or just sit in silence together because he was introverted too. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And on this particular occasion, my father, my brother, and I decided we were going to go to an arcade that was up the street and around the corner. And we're like, okay, cool, cool, cool. I mean, how often does your dad agree to take you to an arcade to spend money on games? I mean, come on. Back in the day, you have the quarters and everything. So we go up the block, go into the arcade, and we're playing. And I'm watching this guy play some game because I wanted to play the game. So I was waiting for him to finish the game. And I don't even remember what the game was. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching everything he's doing. And then he went to put his initials into the arcade because he had gotten a high score. And he wrote KKK. Then he turned to me and he looked at me and he said, I'm just a little prejudiced. I was stunned. I was completely stunned. Here I am, about 10 years old, looking at this guy and having no idea what to say back at this point. No clue. My father's in there, my brother's in there. This guy apparently didn't feel threatened by me in his reaction, right? He didn't feel threatened by me, but he clearly felt threatened by my dad, who was in the room, and maybe my brother. My brother's kind of light skinned like me, so I don't know. But he's, he was bigger. He was a teenager, right, or preteen, about 4 years older than me. So that's what's happening again. We're still. So I want you all to keep that in mind as history is being stripped from us, from history books, and people are trying to, I'm just going to call it what it is, Republicans, very conservative Republicans, are trying to strip history from our children so that they don't know about those things and don't know that that shit happened and still happens. I want you to remember this video. Someone that you've watched had that experience at 10 years old. And to be honest with you, that's the first actual time that I remember something like that happening. It's not the first time it happened. It's the first time that I remember it happening. And I've got more. So stay tuned. See ya.